Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Round 4 at Brands Hatch. Bringing you split 3. Zads Tour. This is your race director, Cobra, standing in for the broadcast team. Pulling double duty today. Hoping to bring you some exciting action here at the Brands Hatch. First qualifying laps are being set. As you see, Mr. Aldred goes a little bit wide there. Let me get my times up for you. Here we go. We got Mr. Elliot Watts currently on pole. It's at the 124.1. In the practice session prior to this, it was raining, so it's a fast track. It's probably a slower side on the fast track. But rubber's going to be put down. Track's going to be going faster and faster. So those out there late probably see some big gains. We've got a couple of new people, debutants if you would. We got Mr. Conti, Luca Conti, car 55 in the Lambo. There he is right there, sitting in the pits, probably making some last minute adjustments. And we got current boss man, Casey Gould, sporting strawberry banana spit colors. In the porker, Colin the punt master, though we're hoping for no punts today. Or the man himself. And Mr. Vladislav Zakharov hitting P3, putting up a 124.615. Hailing from Ukraine, has been one of the top contenders this season. Going to be looking for a really good result today. Looking like a good lap. Oh, as he gets a bit wide, it's the dirt and is in the wall. And that will be that attempt gone. He's got 4 minutes. He's got time to get out. For more, let's talk to Mr. Justin Friesen, currently up by 6/10. Currently 1.5 off pole. Maybe get a little tow from the Ferrari there. Come around the last corner. What can he do? Can he get to P5? Oh, he jumps to P4. Well done for Mr. Justin Friesen, as someone immediately sends him down to P5, but still a good effort. So coming into crunch time, current pole setters Mr. Watts, followed by Ike Guy and Guacia, and Sorello and Frieza running out the top 5. Got anybody on the big gain? Jason Friesen has put together a lap. 3 seconds off pole though. There we go. Spartazek's up. Got 2 corners to go. Currently in 10th place. He's up by 8/10, 9/10. It's going to be a good lap for him. Might get him the P8. Let's see. See around the last corner. You can hear the tire squealing. Up to the start finish line. Boom, there it is, P8. 1 in 25.356. Toby Yao in the Porsche. It's up by 7/10. His best is a 26.6. He's making improvements off the last corner. And he jumps up to P9. Looking good, looking good. Gonzalez is up to P4. As we get to the final couple of laps here. Zakharov is up on his time. Currently up by 3/10. Gonna need it. 3/10 will get him to the second row if he can hold on to it. Rounds the penultimate corner. Much better this time. He's up by 4/10. He's gaining time. This might get into P3 if he can hold on to it. It's up to 5/10 up. 4.5. Where's it gonna put him? P3. That's a good effort. Less than a 10th from the front row. He's got one more lap. As we cut to Mr. Luca Conti in the Lambo. Currently in P8. He's up by 2.5/10. He's going to lead a lot more than that if he wants to improve his position. We'll stay on board. He's holding station, only about 1/10.5 up. Can you find anything? Oh, he stops. Oh, he's abandoning that one. And he's going to bank on this one final lap. A momentary cut to Joey Rodriguez, the number 100 Aston Martin. His qualifying is now officially over. People setting their final laps. Currently, Mr. Watts is on pole at 23.577. Zakharov crosses the line and goes P2. He does improve. Good for him. Mr. Rodriguez up by 4.5/10. That might not get him in position if he can hold on to it. Sean Collis, also another debutant today in the Lexus. Mr. 138. Conspiracy number. You can ask him about it. Rodriguez, one corner to go. is up by 4.7 tenths. Around the last corner, you lose a little bit of time. Can you get P12? Yes, he can. Gonzalez is out there. Does he improve? Oh, Gonzalez. Spectacular lap. Out of nowhere goes P2. And that's it, guys. We got Watts on pole position, followed by Gonzalez and Night Guy. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go adjust the participant, and I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Race briefing is done. Formation lap is about halfway through. For those of you that are new or may have forgot, the class colors that you see are not indicative of pace, but instead of tenure. So if you see red, which is normal for AM, it's for those who are deemed as rookies, the new guys. So if you've done 10 or less races with Zealous Racing League, that's what you have. The silver class is the veteran class for us. And so if you've done anywhere from 11 to 30 races with us, that is your designation. And then the white one, which is platinum or gold, if you would be for those who have completed in 31 races or more. Looking forward to a good, clean, exciting race here as they line up. Coming up on the start-finish line, Mr. Elliott Watts leading the way. Nick Gonzalez right on the outside. It's an all McLaren front row.
Green light. Go, go,
There
go.
it is, green, green, green. You see a Porsche trying to look on the outside. And immediately Gonzalez just goes wide. He's losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. Everyone else is looking to be clean. No contact so far. As you see, the Porsche gets into the back of the Aston Martin, which gets into the McLaren, and then there's a Porsche. Looks like he's looking to redress, which is good. Love to see it. Rodriguez is getting back on track. We'll cut the chin. Chin's looking on the inside of Aldred. Too wide they go. Elliott Watts leads the way, followed by Ike Guy and Zakharov, and Zarello in the Ferrari. Sean Collis and Santos. Almost everyone's looking good so far. Except for that little bit of a tussle at the beginning. Hate to see it, but you do kind of expect it. Tight track. British tracks are known for that. But no total wipeouts, which is good. After one lap, we've got Watts, Aikai, and Zakharov. So for a moment, we'll focus on the battle between Mr. Collis and Santos. It's the battle for P10. And we've got an early pitter. Oh no. And he's out. Decided he's at a... I hate to see it. Always want to finish. You never know what could happen. Mr. Watts is pulling in an early gap. 1.5 seconds up to that guy. It was another second up from Zakharov. Gonzalez just making a pass. Looks like on one of the Friesen brothers. He's going to be someone to watch, trying to make his way back through. After that, lap one, turn one mistake, as you see Mr. Chen go down the inside of Aldred. Good pass, nice and clean. Love to see it. And that Stuart Pryor, I believe, and the Aston Martin back there. And here we go. We've got another battle here. Close battle. We've got Guesa, Friesen, Toby Yao. And Luca Conti in P5 just ahead. This is effectively the battle for 5th position. Looks like Mr. Guesa is trying to line them up there. It's one of those tracks that's not easy to pass. You really got to get a run on them. Ultimately, you're looking for some sort of mistake. So we take a look at Mr. Botazek. Carlos has moved up to P9, which means Bartazek probably made a mistake. Santos wants some of the action. And then you see the guy who started in P2, Mr. Gonzalez, also looking to get through. Gonzalez takes a look. Nothing doing there. One of the things I like about branch out, there's multiple lines you can get through turn 1 in. So you see some take a bit more restrictive line. You see some people take, try to go all the way on the outside, really open it up. As you see, Gonzalez goes wide. Gets a 2 anti on the throttle. It's got a half spin. You hate to see it. Trying to force things to happen, unfortunately. And that's going to be really hard to recover from there. But if there's any guys who can do it, it's him. He's got the pace. As you see, there's someone off there. Who was that? That's Mr. Park. Oh, no. Look at that bonnet. As he stops, and it looks like he might be teleporting. Yep, that's a teleport. Hope he gets everything fixed up and good to go. Here we go, Guesa. Guesa's looking to try to go on the outside. Friesen. It's the battle for P6. So he looks to the inside. He sends it. Friesen gives him the space. Good pass. That's Guesa up to 6. Friesen down to 7. Zakarov's got Mr. Sorello right behind him. It's the battle for the podium position. go. You can see Mr. Ronaldo sporting the Brazilian flag. And Zakharov is from Ukraine. We're kind of worldwide here. We've got people from all over, both Europe, North America, South America. And even we've got a few Asia Pacific members out in Malaysia, whatnot. So if you're free at this time, you want to participate, look for us on the sim grid. So let's check on Casey. Go, how's he doing? It's not doing too bad. The bonnet look good. He's been clean so far. He's staying out of trouble. And he's got one of the Friesen brothers in front of him. So this would be a pass forward position. And McLaren looks like it's been battered. Battered and shattered and in need of repairs. You can see he's largely waiting for the pit window to open, which is the best bet in most cases. There's a 20-minute pit window that should be opening soon. Is looking to the outside. Oh, it's going to be dangerous. Oh, there's a touch. One's off. They gathered it back up. Good to see none of them conceding any real big damage there. That could have been real nasty. Let's cut back to Mr. Tobiao. Still chasing Justin Friesen in the McLaren. Conti is doing a good job so far, and the Lambo just ahead. You're looking at P6, 7, and 18. Here they go down in turn 1. Friesen goes defensive. That's going to compromise this line. Porsche not looking to take advantage of it just a moment. As it looks like we've got some traffic ahead. Mr. Pryor is back out of the pits. And we missed a pass for position. Zakharov has had an off. He's dropped 2 positions. He's down to P5. That promotes Ronaldo up to P3. Graces up to P4. So here's our leader, Mr. Elliott Watts. And as you see, the pit window is open. So any people with any early damage, now is a good time to get in the pits. In P2, we've got Aloy Ike representing RLR Abruzzi Esports. And we've got a working livery this time for him. Mr. RLR will be very happy to see it at some point. P3, we got Renato Ciruelo. P4, Mr. Gracia and the Wild Things Bentley. P5, Mr. Zakharov, alien from Ukraine. Mr. Conti's P6, followed by Justin Friesen one of 3 people in Ramrod Racing, I believe. We got Tobiao following closely in P9. Mr. Rogero Santos having a quiet, lonely moment in P9. Martian Bartes X is in P10 currently. Running around in the Mercedes, which is falling off the popularity charts as of late. As people try to follow the BOP, the BOP chain. Mr. Chen, we know him as Neuralink and Chen. It's P11. He's had some decent results, though. He's not very happy with the car. He's really looking forward to getting into something else. But so far, so good. His teammate, Mr. Tobiao, is in the pits. We'll temporarily promote him to P10. There's Tobiao in his sister car. There's Mr. Gonzalez running P12. He started P2, made a mistake. Right on the very first corner of the first lap, he ran wide. That's all she wrote. Reed Aldred is currently in P11. There's Mr. Casey Gould, P13. Mr. Sean Collis. He's really just looking for a clean race today. He's been off of Zen Racing for about 2-3 months now, maybe 4. I'm not sure. He's happy to be back out there. Again, Mr. Jason Friesen, P16, and Stuart Pryor, who you saw, who had major damage early on. It's a P17, so he's already pitted once. He's gonna have to pit again. And as we got Luca Conti is in the pits, Rogero Santos is in the pits. Gonzalez and Aldred also in the pits. As you see, one of the clearance is off. This is Mr. Ike Guy. I want to take a look at him. He's had a rough couple past few races, so he's really looking forward to having a solid result here. So far, so good. Can't complain with P2. The way things currently stand at the moment will probably be the best he can do, but you never know. Mr. Watts can have an off. Can have some sort of technical issue. Not that we're wishing for it, but you never know. The car's in the pit from P5. That will promote Justin Friesen. Too many J's. Too many J Friesens. Justin Friesen's up to P5. Taking a look at Mr. Chen here. He's got Mr. Pryor right behind him, though this is not for position. Mr. Pryor is probably about 3 laps down or so. So we're looking at about half the field has pitted, and half is not. Now in split run that we had on Tuesday, it rained the whole day. As you see, the Porsche gets a little bit squirrely there. It's a good catch. It's a really good catch. Yeah, split one. It rained. It rained the entire time. So these guys are blessed with sunshine after a little bit of wet in practice. But it was just in practice. So. As Mr. Wolf is in the chat. Hello, Mr. Calvin Wolf. Your man, Mr. Elliott Watts, is leading the way. 3.5 seconds ahead of Alloy Guy. Mr. Chin's in the pits. He's gonna get some fresh tires. And get back out there. Let's see, who can we look at? Well, speaking of Friesens, let's take a look at Justin Friesen here. P4 at the moment, still needs to pit. It's 7 seconds behind P3. Mr. Guisha having a solid race there. That will be a back marker. In front of him, you see the marshal waving the blue flags. Does he elect the pit? Or is he gonna get held up here? I believe that's Aldred in front of him. As he gets close to Aldred, Aldred holds his place. He looks to the inside, gives him the room. He's not able to take advantage of it. Or does he? Aldred's off, he lets him through. Gonzalez clearly has repaired the damage. He's back out there. So this is non-for position. Gonzalez is a lap down for Mr. Friesen, but he's going to be looking to get by here. As he looks down the inside, it's Gonzalez looking to unlap himself. It's a clean enough pass. So that's one down, and potentially 2 more to go to get back on the lead lap. Mr. Gracious in the pits. Oh no, you look at that Porsche. That's Casey Gould. And he's hit the wall heavily there. Mistakes were made. That's gonna take it's gonna take quite a bit to fix. But he's in the middle of a pit window, so it's better that way. How is Mr. Collis doing? We're halfway through the race. Collis is currently sitting P14. Alright guys, in the pits. He's pulled the trigger. We're still waiting on 5 more. Gets in the pit. Friesen's in the pits. 3 left. Mr. Collis here. Supporting our sponsors. and our partners. Of course, we're with the SimGrid, and we're also with Advanced Sim Racing, who does sim racing parts as far as rigs and whatnot. They are North American based, and they're looking to open up to EU pretty soon. So if you're in the market, want to get a rig, you're tired of that lame computer desk that you're in, be sure to check them out. And if you are part of our community, there's you can get yourself a discount. Find details in our Discord. All right, so we've got a battle for position here. We got Friesen and Sawello. Oh, I lied. It's not Sawello. That is Conti. I can't look at the colors anymore. There's more than one goldish car. So this is P7 and P8. Luca Conti versus Justin Friesen. Justin Friesen is going defensive. Lambo looks to the outside. Has to back out. And you see Zakharov is behind him. Oh no. He's even further behind. He went into the pits at P5 and, well, he's in P9 right now. Still one guy left to pit, Mr. Marcin Bartizek. That may or may not promote these guys up a position, but we'll see. Right now we're looking at P7, 8, and 9. As you see, Mr. Conti has to correct the car there. Had a brief moment of oversteer. Such is the nature of the Lambo. Its rear end really likes to step out on you. Alright, so what are these guys' best laps? They're all pretty similar. Best lap for Mr. Justin Friesen is a 24.8. Conti's best lap is a 24.6. And Zakharov's is a 24.3. So similar pace overall. Current fastest guy on track at the moment is Alloy, that guy who's just put it down to 123.373. 3/10 faster than your provisional leader, Mr. Elia Watts, who just did a 23.6. Zakharov sliding back there. See, looks like he's got a bit of damage. Looking to soldier it home. That's gonna hurt him in the points race, but hopefully he'll be able to bounce back. So here's your current leader, Mr. Marcin Bartizek. Courtesy of not having to pit yet, or not pitting yet. There's 4 minutes left in the pit window, so he's going to need to pit soon. And so he'll be in trouble. Oh, it's a good save. He loses the rear. As you see, Pryor's in the wall. Hate to see it. They both carry on. Part of that's going to need to get rid of those tires, get some more grip. And there it is. He's in the pit. Current leader, Bartozak's in the pit. Let's have a good entry there. Not speeding. And that will promote Elliott Watts, your pole sitter. Back in the P1. Pryor's gone off. Teleported to the pits. He either decided he had enough or he doesn't think he can get back around. You hate to see it. Lots of bad luck this race, but the next race is at Silverstone. Aston Martin's a really good car there. He'll be looking forward to bounce back for sure. And so here's our closest battle on track. We've got Luca Conti versus Vladislav Zakharov. Zakharov's last lap is a 25.3, so he's a second off pace. So we know he's carrying significant damage. As you can tell looking at the front splitter and the diffuser in the back. He's had a few touches with the wall or another car at some point. Bartozak filters out of the pits in P10. Gonzalez has worked his way up to P12. Uh-oh. There's a slow Casey Gould. He was stopped on the racetrack and has decided he needed to teleport to the pits. That could have been done more safely. But he's out of the way now. Alright, so we've got 13 minutes left to go. Pit window's about to close. No issue, because everybody's made their mandatory stop. And pretty much everyone has spread out. Closest battle on track is Conti Zakharov. P7 and P8. We'll keep an eye on that as that continues to develop. Zakharov about a second behind. And as Pryor has been in the pits for quite some time now, he may have decided enough is enough. 10 minutes to go. Got Justin if he's in there. In front of us, Zakharov is looking like he wants to make a move. So we'll put them front and center. We're the only battle on track at the moment. Oh! As you see, Conti loses the rear there, slides through the corner. A good save. Zakharov does a good job not to hit him there. Zakharov's resetting. Gonna look to line them up again. See if he can get by. Zakharov right on Conti's bumper. Trying to apply the pressure. So far, Conti's doing a good job on Conti's bumper. Trying to apply the pressure. Sorry for the bit of feedback there. While we're looking at that, looks like Mr. Gonzalez has gotten around Lincoln Chin for P11. Alright, so we're probably looking at about 5 laps to go. Unless there are some major mistakes, you're probably looking at your running order. So let's give everybody a quick look. One last time. Leading most of the laps, your pole sitter and probable race winner, to Elliott Watts, Team Zero McLaren. We've got Alloy guy who has had a pretty quiet P2. He won't complain about that. Gracious up to P3. The Wild Things Bentley. Here we got Renato Zuvello, P4 in the Ferrari. Tobias currently occupying P5. That's a mighty good effort for him. I'm pretty sure he'll be very happy with that. We got Justin Friesen in P6, 4 seconds behind from the Ramrod Racing team. The battle that we have been following, Luca Conti and Vladislav Zakharov, P7 and P8. And by the look of that bonnet, Zakharov has had another off. You hate to see it. In P9, Rogerio Santos. As far as I remember, he hasn't been bothered much of the day. But you can't complain about that. Bartosek, P10. He briefly led the race, courtesy of being the last to pit. In P11, Nicholas Gonzalez, 10 seconds back. Fastest lap of the 1:24.099. He started on the front row, made a mistake in the turn 1. See, he goes a little bit wide there. He will be supremely disappointed for his results today. And he'll be looking to bounce back in Silverstone. Mr. Chen. It's in P12. We got Reed Aldredge at P13. Otherwise known as Shy Guy. Sean Collis, P14. He stayed out of trouble all day. That paint job looks clean as a whistle. P15, Jason Friesen. He's had some contact with the wall or some competitors looking at it. Casey Gold and Stuart Pyers in the pits. They haven't had the best of days, unfortunately, but hopefully next week they'll have some better races. We'll check back in on Zakharov, who's falling back into the hands of Rogerio Santos. Santos goes to the outside. They go 2 by 2 to the penultimate corner. Santos backs out. Zakharov holding position for the moment. Santos has got to be smelling blood in the water. He's got about 2 laps to go. Santos looks to the inside. Zakharov doesn't fight too hard. And that's Santos through. And you can see Bartosek, P10. It's not too far behind. Can Bartosek get to P9? I'm sure he wasn't expecting the opportunity. But there it is. The opportunity is right in front of him. Can he take full advantage of it? As we've got 2 laps to go. Leader's halfway through the lap. So when he crosses the start-finish line, this time around, Mr. Watts will be on the final lap. Alright, that's got to be lining him up here. To the pin up from the corner. So he will have 2 laps to get the job done, which should be enough time. So Zakharov leaves the door wide open. Bartosek says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that." Where is Gonzalez? Is Gonzalez close enough? Gonzalez is 8 seconds back. He's got 2 laps. Close the gap. Gonzalez ran a 24.3. Zakharov ran at 28.1. Maybe. As Elliott Watts is on the final lap, we will cut to him. Job well done to Mr. Watts. Is basically led from start to finish. Only time he didn't lead was during the pit stop exchange. Boss man and team leader Calvin Wolf would be very happy. Unfortunately, Wolf had to work today. He would have loved to have been out there racing. But he will be happy to see his teammate on the top step. Two corners to go for Mr. Watts. And the last corner. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your winner of round 4 at Brands Hatch, Zads Tour, season 6 is Mr. Elliott Watts. Well done. Aloha Gary crosses 5 seconds behind. And P2. Glaciers. P3. Good solid race from him. You won't complain with the podium. Renato, P4. Another good effort. Fairly consistent. Tobias is going to be P5. You'll be very happy with that. Justin Friesen, P6. Luca Conti, P7, first time out. Santos, P8. Well done. Bartazak got P9. Where's Zakharov? Gonzalez needed another lap. Alright, well done, Zakharov, to bring it home. And that's it. So Watts, Aikai, Goetia are your podium sitters, followed by Sorello, Yao, Friesen, Conti, Santos, Bartazak, and Zakharov. So that is your race on your top 10.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go.
So thanks for coming out and watching, or watching the VOD back, and we will see you next time. No race next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the race at Silverstone. Once again, thanks to guys. We'll see you next time.